Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Mary Desmond.
And I'm Jordan Flaherty, and this is Weird National News. Grumpy Cat just won over $700,000 in a federal case over the use of her identity. According to NBC News, the lawsuit was first filed 3 years ago against Grenade, the beverage company. Grenade had used Grumpy Cat as the face of their Grumpy Cat Grumppuccino, which was the only thing that Grumpy Cat's owners had signed off on. Grenade then went on to use Grumpy Cat to sell some of their other products, and it looks like it seriously cost them.
This is ridiculous.
I know, and the pictures they had, like, with the article, like, she always looks sad, but she looked so sad. It was, like, tugging at the heartstrings.
But, like, $700,000, I can't wrap my head around that. Like,
well, imagine having a cat, like, buying a cat, and people being like, I need to use your cat for my products. Like,
Grumppuccino? I can't.
I've never even heard of that. I've never heard of that company at all either.
No.
So I'm not really sure.
So over the top. What is our culture? According to the Huffington Post, a group of devoted Taco Bell fanatics held a candlelight vigil to memorialize their local Taco Bell, which burnt down last week. People are heartbroken, but their dedication to the cause has brought them national news attention. The vigil was complete with a live television report. Several vigil goers were even interviewed, including one particularly heartbroken Baja Blast lover. The owner of the Taco Bell even came out and said how surprised they were by the massive support they had. I must say, I would definitely hold a candlelight vigil for the Blacksburg Taco Bell if it were ever to burn down. God forbid.
Honestly, I don't know where I would go.
Like, if
I go to Taco Bell, like, way more than I would ever admit.
Like, if I can't get a beef quesarito and, like, a chicken quesadilla at 2 a.m., like, I
what am I gonna do? But, like, vigils, like, candlelit, like, fire, like, isn't it, like, too soon?
True, that is a little too soon.
Like, too soon.
It's a little too close to home.
Right? Like, to memorialize the Taco Bell that burned down, we're gonna light fires.
So triggered by this. They witnessed it happen.
I mean, it's 2018, someone's gonna be mad.
Someone's mad. Someone's triggered out there.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm mad.
Honestly, I'm
gonna write about it later.
I'm gonna counter protesting.
I'm gonna go online later and write about it.
Wow, I love that.
Catch me out there. Fiona the hippo, who took the world by storm, turned 1 year old last Wednesday. According to the Huffington Post, Fiona was the first Nile hippo to be born in the Cincinnati Zoo in 75 years. She was only 29 pounds when she was born, which is unusually small, but makes sense since she was 6 weeks early. Fiona is quite possibly the most famous hippo, with her own line of merchandise and her own ice cream flavor. And apparently her 13.4 thousand followers on Twitter were all sending her birthday wishes.
This is the cutest thing ever.
I know.
That's so sweet.
I know. I'm not
like an ice cream
flavor. Yeah, I don't. What flavor is that?
I don't know.
What do hippos eat? Like lettuce?
I guess. I think I'm associating with, like,
hippo.
In cartoon, I feel like hippos are purple. You know,
oh,
so
yeah.
Maybe it's like a
grapes.
blue raspberry or like a grape flavored something. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up.
Maybe I don't really know.
No, I think that would
I should have looked that up.
No, it's fine. We'll look it up.
Okay.
Okay.
And buy a sweatshirt.
Yeah, totally. We'll, like, have a little ice cream social.
Yeah.
I love that. According to the Huffington Post, Molly Hendrickson of Denver's ABC affiliate was on air reading a story about a local bison celebration called Bison Hump Day. However, the phrase Bison Hump Day was entirely too much for her to handle. She completely lost it on air and later posted the clip on her personal Instagram saying, quote, "Did they really think I could keep it together?" End quote. Poor thing.
Bison Hump Day.
Bison Hump Day. I guess if
I mean, like, I don't really know how I feel about that as a whole.
Yeah, I mean,
Bison Hump Day?
I guess that's like what they have
it's like
for
a camel
in
thing.
Denver, you know?
Yeah, I mean, what?
Like, you're in the middle of the country,
bison.
Kind of out west, you know. Bison are like the only thing out there. They're like our squirrels, like on campus. They're just lurking.
They just run around everywhere.
But
I guess
like
it's fine.
Bison celebration day.
I'm sure.
Bison Hump Day.
People will celebrate anything.
They really will.
Honestly.
Really will. Out in Rado, bro.
Lit.
Well, folks, that sums up this week's episode of Weird National News. But when we come back, we will have Ben Anderson and Heather Trowbridge with Back to Fiction. So stay tuned.
Danse, balance, suis la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence, dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou, ton
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to the Weekly What's Up. I'm Heather Trowbridge.
And I'm Ben Anderson.
And this is Fact or Fiction. Every week we report on big news events ranging in topic.
However, not all our stories are necessarily true.
It is your job to guess if our report is fact or fiction.
And don't worry about being kept in the dark, because we will tell you which is actually true or false.
The world of beauty pageants has been rocked by a scandal regarding its competitors' natural beauty. A dozen contestants have been disqualified for the use of Botox. And did I mention the contestants were camels? The annual Camel Beauty Contest in Saudi Arabia judges these animals on the size of their lips, cheeks, heads, and knees. However, their handlers are using Botox fillers to enhance these creatures' natural beauty. The month-long Camel Festival features many different attractions, like a petting zoo with record-holding camels, museums with camel sculptures, tents which offer samples of camel milk and textiles, gift shops with camel paraphernalia, and competitions, races, and shows that offer up to $57 million worth of winnings. According to the chief judge of the show, Fawzan Al-Mahdi, the camel is a symbol of Saudi Arabia. We used to preserve it as a necessity, now we preserve it as a pastime. As Saudi Arabia begins to change aspects of its culture, authorities believe that an easier adjustment will be made if traditional aspects of the culture are emphasized. Attendance has increased since last year's festival, with it being up by a third.
Wow. Like, I think I'm going to go true. I mean, we have dog shows.
Yeah, no, that's
like
what I was
camel
thinking.
shows. It's not all that different. Like,
Yeah, you're right. It is a fact. The camels did get disqualified. I think there was about 12. But we love beautiful camels, no matter whether they need Botox or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to discriminate against all camels are beautiful.
All
in my
camels are
eyes.
beautiful.
So you don't need those performance-enhancing Botox lips. Like,
Yeah,
you're
no.
beautiful the way
You're
you
beautiful
are.
camels.
Things got violent in France over the past week as residents scrambled to get their hands on the popular chocolate hazelnut spread Nutella. As a new marketing scheme, a specific grocery mart across the country marked 950-gram jars of the popular snack down by almost 3 times the normal price. Videos surfaced on social media, people pushing and shouting at each other to grab as many jars as possible. In one store, police were called to break up fights that broke out over the creamy spread. The grocery store responded by saying that they regret the consequences of the operation, which created confusion and disappointment in consumers' minds.
So to me, it sounds like they had Black Friday, but for Nutella only.
I think so. I mean, I guess that's like,
I'd go to that. I like
Yeah.
Nutella.
I'd be down. I mean, with discounts like that. you can't
Yeah,
beat
I
it.
know. I'm going to go with fact. I think that's
It
fact.
is fact. I guess it kind of matches. I mean, French people, like France is kind of known for their food.
Yeah,
I didn't know Nutella was so big there.
I
But
didn't realize that.
now you know.
I mean, the more you know. A new meme has taken over the internet. However, this new challenge is not like the Ice Bucket Challenge or the Cinnamon Challenge. In fact, it's way more dangerous. The Tide Pod Challenge is exactly what it sounds like. Kids are eating the packs of laundry detergent that college kids so desperately require, since using regular detergent is way too challenging for us. Although they've been described as many things like big gushers or the forbidden fruit, one donut shop might be taking things too far. As a way to quell the challenge, on their social media, Wake and Bake, a popular shop from California Beach, has released a Tide Pod donut, iced with the beautifully iconic orange and blue swirl. In a post on their Facebook, the shop explained that the donut in question was designed by one of their millennial employees who decided to take a moment to teach the youth the difference between what to eat and what not to eat. The shop has faced some backlash by concerned members of the community, hoping that it will not create more problems with the challenge. On a more serious note, we do not condone eating Tide Pods. Just please don't do that.
I don't even, like, the fact that this even has to be a conversation, like, are you kidding me, people? Like,
Yeah.
this is soap. Like, that's supposed to be a punishment. Like when you were a kid, you're supposed to. Like, you get your mouth. People are doing this for fun. Like, I'm saying that's fiction just because I hope it is. I really, like, I've heard of the challenge, but, like, this donut shop, like, come on now.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. It is a fact.
Yeah,
I
kidding
mean,
me.
it doesn't surprise me though, because I feel like restaurants and bakeries have like capitalized on internet trends, even though this one's like kind of controversial. I mean, why not? Please don't eat
Like,
Tide
of all
Pods.
places, like, I guess California kind of makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
they're always trying to be, like, up to date, like, first
Yeah.
ones to start new trends, but let's just let this die out.
Yeah, just stop eating Tide Pods,
Yeah.
please.
This winter, one family's dog has chosen to return to his primitive roots and return to the wild. While this doesn't sound too crazy, his new companions might surprise you. Since going missing almost 2 months ago, the former house pet has been seen by multiple sources running with a group of white-tailed deer. While none have been able to bring him in to return him to his family, all witnesses have said that he seems healthy and happy, but the search is still on to bring him home. His owners say that they are excited to hear that their family's best friend seems to be doing well, but they're still hoping that they can bring him back in. Even the local police department is in the search, so hopefully he will be tracked down soon and brought back to where he belongs.
Aw, the poor dog. Oh my gosh, he sounds like he's living his best life.
I mean, you can't really blame the guy.
Yeah, but with deer? That's so bizarre.
They seem happy enough. Like,
Hey,
there's worse animals. he could
there
be with.
are. I mean, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a fact.
Well, this one is not.
Okay.
But the story was inspired by one I saw in Poland. There was a cow that escaped from a butcher shop or from a farm, from somewhere,
Really?
and went with a herd of elk and
Oh.
was running with them. So,
Wow, that cow is
Yeah.
thriving.
yeah,
Living
he's out
its
there
best
just
life.
living it up. They had a scientist say that next time someone says he can't do something or he's feeling down, he'll just remember about the cow that
Yeah.
became an elk. Don't forget it.
Yeah, don't forget that. Just be like the cow running with the elk.
Absolutely. That wraps up this week's edition of Fact or Fiction. I'm Ben Anderson.
And I'm Heather Trowbridge. Stay tuned for more.
Oh my god, I'm orange. I need to stop tanning. Speaking of, I'm
Yeah.
going tanning after this.
Zoom in. A group of devoted Taco Bell fanatics held a candlelight vigil to
That wraps up this week's section of the. Hold on.
Wow.
There, I'd be like down here.